Most people keep their money in low-paying savings accounts, but I like to put mine in high-yield savings accounts so that it grows faster, and you should too. So in this video, we'll cover what high-yield savings accounts are and how they work, how you can earn money with them, the pros and cons of using these accounts, and I'll also share some of the best high-yield savings accounts on the market today paying top interest. So first, what exactly is a high-yield savings account? This is a type of savings account that pays a higher interest rate than a regular savings account, but the catch is that the banks that offer these accounts are usually online-only banks. So unlike traditional banks like Wells Fargo and Bank of America that have thousands of physical branches to maintain, online banks don't, which means their expenses are much lower and they can pass those savings on to customers like me and you in the form of higher rates and low to no account fees. Some of the best high-yield savings accounts actually pay over 10 times more interest than regular savings accounts. So while regular savings accounts offer rates around 0.01 and 0.5%, which is pennies, there are many high-yield savings accounts paying well over 4%, which means you can earn a lot more money with them. For example, if you put $10,000 into a regular savings account that earns 0.01%, you'd only earn $1 in interest per year. But if you put those $10,000 into a high-yield savings account that earns 4%, you'd make around $400 in interest per year. That's a huge difference, and it's basically free money that the bank gives you for simply keeping your money with them. You can use that extra cash to pay down debt, travel, an emergency fund, or simply keep it in your account and earn even more interest, which is what I usually like to do if I'm not investing in. But now, what if you instead had $80,000 in a high-yield savings account that earns 4%? That would make you over $3,200 in interest per year, which is amazing for simply having your money in this type of savings account. Moving on, there are 3 things you must know about high-yield savings accounts. One is that the total interest you earn per year is called APY, which stands for annual percentage yield. Second, these accounts have variable rates, which means their rates can change at any time. This is because they're tied to the federal funds rate set by the Federal Reserve. Essentially, when the federal funds rate goes up, so do the interest rates on these accounts. But if the federal funds rate goes down, interest rates on these accounts also go down. And third, most high-yield savings accounts compound interest daily. So your money will grow little by little every single day. So whether you're just starting out or have a decent amount of money saved up, a high-yield savings account is a great option to grow your savings and make some extra cash. I mean, if your money's sitting in the bank, you might as well earn a higher interest rate, especially if you're not using it for other things like investing. Now let's check out some of my favorite and best high-yield savings accounts available today offering top interest rates. First up, there's the 2-in-1 SoFi checking and savings account. It comes with many benefits like no monthly account fees or minimum balance requirements, a high APY of up to 4.6% when you set up direct deposit, up to a $300 sign-up bonus for a limited time, FDIC insurance up to $2 million, ability to get your paycheck up to 2 days early, free access to over 55,000 ATMs for easy withdrawals, a debit card that gives you up to 15% cash back at local businesses. Plus, since it's a 2-in-1 high-yield checking and savings account, you'll earn interest on both accounts. I personally have this account and I love it. I really like how fast they increase their interest rates whenever the Federal Reserve makes changes and how they pay some of the highest interest rates around with no account fees. Plus, unlike other high-yield savings accounts, this one gives you a debit card you can use to withdraw cash from thousands of free ATMs, making it really convenient to access your money. To learn more about this account and take advantage of their limited time $300 sign-up bonus, feel free to check out the links down in the description. Next up, we have the Capital One 360 Performance Savings Account. It comes with benefits like no monthly account fees or minimum balance requirements, a high APY of 4.35%, FDIC insurance up to $250K, plus it has a few physical branches. So with Capital One, you not only get the high interest rates and perks of a high-yield savings account, but also access to physical branches. So even though their rates are lower than SoFi's, it's a good option if you prefer banking in person. Some people may not care about this and prefer making the most money with SoFi, while others may value this. The good thing is that you have options to pick what works best for you. Next up, there's Discover's high-yield savings account. It offers no monthly account fees or minimum balance requirements, a high APY of 4.35% plus FDIC insurance up to $250K. Overall, this account is really straightforward and a solid choice for anyone wanting a high yield savings account. I don't have this particular one, but I do use Discover's checking account for my investment property, and I've had no issues with this bank so far. Now, I know there are high yield savings accounts with higher rates than the ones we went over, but I picked these because I have all three and they've been great so far. Plus, they offer some of the highest rates on the market without monthly fees, minimums, or deposit requirements. Many banks with higher rates often have monthly fees or balance requirements to earn interest, which is annoying. I prefer earning interest on any amount without restrictions or worries, which is why I recommend these 3 high yield savings accounts over others. Anyway, if you would like to learn more about these accounts, make sure to check out the links in the description. Now let's dive into the good and not so good parts of high yield savings accounts, starting with the good stuff. The first and most obvious pro is that they pay way more interest than traditional savings accounts, which means more money in your pocket. The second pro is that most high yield savings accounts don't have monthly fees or minimum balance requirements, so you can grow your money in the account without any extra charges. A lot of traditional banks charge these fees, which really bothers me because if I'm keeping money in your bank, why on earth would you charge me for that? It makes no sense. That's why high yield savings accounts are the way to go. The third pro is that high yield savings accounts are FDIC insured. This means if the bank fails, your money is safe up to a certain amount. For an individual, it's usually up to $250,000, and for joint accounts, it's usually up to $500,000. However, some banks may offer a higher amount, like SoFi for example, which offers up to $2 million in FDIC insurance. The point is that your money in a high yield savings account is just as safe as in a regular savings account. The fourth con is flexibility. You can take your money out of a high yield savings account anytime without penalty. But like any bank account, there may be withdrawal and transfer limits each month to avoid extra fees. Normally, you're allowed 6 withdrawals per month without fees, but it's best to confirm with the bank you want. The fifth pro is that it's a low risk way to grow your money because, again, it's FDIC insured and you can access your money without penalties. The sixth pro is that these accounts usually compound interest daily, which means you earn interest every day and can use that money however you want. The seventh pro is that they can help you reach your financial goals and grow your savings by giving you a safe and easy way to save money. Whether it's for a house, a car, unexpected costs, or anything else, a high yield savings account is a nice place to keep your money, earn interest, and access it easily whenever needed. And the last pro is that these bank accounts come with mobile banking apps. So you can handle all your banking needs online, like checking your balances, making transfers and deposits, and much more by simply using your phone or computer. Moving on to cons, the first con is that high yield savings accounts interest rates may change over time. Again, because they're tied to the federal funds rate set by the Federal Reserve. The second con is that most banks offering high yield savings accounts are mostly online. So you can't visit a local branch for help. Instead, you're gonna have to handle things online or by phone. So if you're someone who prefers in-person banking, then this might be an issue. The third con is that not all banks have high yield savings accounts. So you'll need to search around to find a bank that has one that meets your needs. But don't worry, it's just a Google search away. The fourth con is that while it's easy to transfer money around, taking out cash might be tough because most online banks don't have physical branches or ATMs. That's why it's important to have a checking account for your spending and bills and a separate high yield savings account for money you're saving but don't need immediately. That being said, there are some online banks that offer ATMs for you to withdraw cash. So if that's important to you, make sure to pick a bank that offers this service. For example, SoFi and Capital One are 2 banks that offer ATM services. The fifth con is that high yield savings accounts aren't the best option for long-term savings goals. They're good for short-term goals like an emergency fund or a house down payment, but if you're thinking long-term like retirement, you might get better returns by investing your money in things like bonds, real estate, or other assets. The truth is that high yield savings accounts make more money than regular bank accounts, but the money you earn might not keep up with inflation because even though your account balance goes up, your buying power decreases over time. The sixth con is that most high yield savings accounts don't come with an ATM card or debit card because they assume you're saving, not using the account as a checking account. Depending on the person, this may be an issue, but for most people it isn't. And the last con is that the interest you make from these accounts is considered taxable income by the IRS. So you'll have to pay taxes on the interest you earn. Now, don't let that scare you. High yield savings accounts are still much better than regular savings accounts. The only difference is that since you're earning money, you have to pay taxes on that money. Just like with any other income you make, it's taxable. But you should never avoid making money because of taxes. That's like turning down a $300K job because you don't want to pay more taxes. It makes no sense. You don't see billionaires not making money because of taxes. Instead, they try to understand taxes and know how to legally pay less while keeping more money for themselves. And I think we all should do the same thing. So if you're saving money, you might as well put it in a high yield savings account so it earns the highest interest rate possible. But remember, most of these accounts come from online-only banks. So you must be comfortable with online banking. If not, stick with traditional low interest rate bank accounts. Overall, high yield savings accounts are a great choice for savers who are looking for a safe and convenient way to earn interest on their savings. They're honestly a no-brainer to me, but make sure to weigh out the pros and cons before opening one of these accounts. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think about high yield savings accounts, and if you made it this far into the video, comment the word money so I know who my loyal besties are. Also, if you want to grab limited time bank account bonuses of up to $300 or get $30 after spending $30 with Rakuten, make sure to check out the links in the description. It's honestly the best way to help out the channel, so it's a win-win. So now that you know everything about high yield savings accounts, make sure to watch these videos next to learn about the best high yield savings accounts of the moment. Okay, bye now.